What's going on, y'all? Fabian Speaks, man. We are back with another video, man. This is going to be all around the context of when you kind of understand and realize that you're set apart, you're different from kind of your natural surroundings, the people that you kind of see day to day, whether it's coworkers, whether it's people on the street. And I think the more you kind of grow, the more you kind of may grow spiritually, get closer to the Lord, you understand that some things in the world just you can't align with or connect with, man. And then there's more important things in the world. And like, what are we really creating a fuss over when it comes to like maybe things politically related, things socially related, things economically related? So that's kind of what's bogging down on my mind this morning. And I think that's kind of what emanates this dark cloud across the earth, across the globe. Of course, we have, natural conflict amongst different countries. We have war, things of that nature. But from a worldly perspective, there's some things that I think that are a lot more important than others, man. And when you have to succumb to aligning yourself with things that I perceive to be really low, it can be very draining. And it's kind of like you just ask yourself, what are we really doing, man? What are we really doing? Like, is this really that important? And I think that aligns with specific callings. Some things may matter to some people. Some perspectives that I'm talking about in this video may not matter at all to others. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that it's heavily dependent on what's instilled in you, and that could tie into your ultimate calling, man. When I look at injustice, things going on across the globe, a lot of the hate, discrimination, just the indifference, but people not wanting or willing to understand, and just maybe just naturally being respectful in general, right? Big believer in treat others the way you want to be treated. But there's some people who just treat others despicably, right? And a lot of people point fingers and accuse kind of a particular group or a particular cultural or ethnic group or, cultural alignment, individuals from a certain background. But we're at that point now where I've said this a lot, nobody's really caring or wanting to understand. And I think that has kind of gone out the window. When you look at the state of the world, a lot of things going on with ICE deportation, like I was saying, even from a political standpoint, and kind of where our government is choosing to assign its resources and put a lot of focus towards. There's going to be certain people who don't agree with that, certain people who think our priorities should be over here. When you look at a lot of the racial discrimination and a lot of the things going on within the Black community, and then how, other ethnic groups are responding to that, things that are even going on with a lot of the obviously illegal immigrants, like we're saying, and how other people are responding to that. I think there's just like a mass hate movement, and that's all things aside. You know what I'm saying? You can really talk about it from all angles, even when it comes to the genders, how feminism, I think, is on a complete, I think the ideology behind it has always been a declination, so to speak, or on the decline. But I think like the force behind what's pushing that agenda is continuously growing, only getting worse. And I think it's stemming from a real negative place. So those are just a few things to even name, right? There's more important things in the world than just like getting by. And I think a lot of people have checked out. A lot of people are at the point to where they're putting their heads down. They're just working, collecting their pay, doing their day-to-day, going home, maybe just only turning on the news to see what's going on in the world. And that's their cup of tea when it comes to that. If anything else outside of that, they don't really want to consume that information or hear about it. Whereas you have others who are a little bit indifferent, right? But I think that a lot of people have checked out. People don't care. But I can't find myself to do that. There's a part of me that just, would just want to go into hiding, so to speak, right? Just if I could live in one of those remote places and you didn't have to hear from me, I would definitely do something like that. Because it's not just the state of the world. It's just how common things have become to where people have lost care. It's like people are just cold. So sometimes you just don't want to associate with that, right? Because at that point, it's like you just a zombie. Like, is there any flesh or heart behind, people I'm talking to or communicating with? So people that become more recluse, people don't really talk to each other and associate anymore. So that's just a melting pot of the state of the world that we live in. And of course, things moving digitally and socially aren't helping whatsoever. So comment down below if you have some feedback or thoughts on that. But that's just my perspective. And I'm kind of at a point to where just the normality I don't really care about, man. Just like the 9 to 5 concept, like, just that whole systematic creation or setup is just despicable. It's disgusting to me at this point, right? Like, just the conversations we have, and maybe it's the field. People will say it's the field you're in, man. Align yourself with work you like to do. But I think it's beyond that at this point. It's not even just that. It's like I really want to do things that are invoking change, creating change. Partially why I do this content. I really want to align myself with things that are moving the needle. I really want to do things that have some meaningful impact, man. And if this is what that video is for, if you're one of those people to where you look at your surroundings, you look at your day to day, you look at the norm, you look at the routine, man. It's just the hamster wheel. It's the hamster wheel. It's just the cycle. And you look at it and you're just disgusted and you're wondering and you're asking yourself, what is this? There's got to be more. You're one of those people too. Maybe you have a specific calling to where you're called to be a voice, speak up, speak out, try to put together things that help the greater good, So inspiration to y'all, motivation to y'all. Really tap in, tune in. I don't know what that looks like for me personally. I've been on a pursuit, I believe, for a majority of my life, trying to search and align myself with, I don't want to say it's like a cause, it's cliche. Align myself with the cause. Maybe something that's just bigger than me though, So obviously tapping into the Lord, my relationship with God, I think naturally aligns me with that, because he'll use me and use all of us in magnificent ways. So you just have to believe and trust in that. And but there's some days, to where I'm just like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing, man? Whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in making a quick grocery store run and just seeing how people act amongst each other. Just really low level, low vibrational, low energy, low empathy. Just, we might as well just call it quits. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I see in just the expression that I'm getting from people and how they treat others and what people really care about. You see what's going viral nowadays. You see what matters to people. Good is not cared about. Evil is what's, at the forefront. Things that are despicable, things that are dramatic, things that are attention grabbing, things that are gossip, talking points, things that are people just, it's just nothing with true substance to it anymore. So that's just where I'm coming from this morning, man. Comment down below if you feel the same, and we'll catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace, love, prosperity. God bless. We'll see y'all next time.